so that water can flow and it will be fine. Or maybe you need money to fix your entrance to your street. Or maybe you need money to fix the lights, actually. Yeah. Maybe there's been a problem with your electricity, with the power in the area, and it's something you will need to contribute money for. It could just be anything. Maybe security. Yes. At this point in time, let's hire a security man. Oh, this is our street. Let's put a gate. Or this is our drive or close or avenue. Let's get it. Let's have a gate at the entrance. Let's put a fence behind so that we will not have that place open and criminals and all manner of enemies, every mad person that is roaming the streets, mentally challenged person that's roaming the streets and is looking for to enter will just enter here. So let's put a fence behind. After all, that back, we're not doing anything with it, but it's open. Let's cover it up. But we need to raise money to make this happen. But then some people just refuse to contribute money. But the thing is, when the work is done, they will also enjoy the benefits like every other person. So why does this really happen? Like, why? Is it that some people are just selfish by nature? Perhaps it's some bad. Or is it a lack of not come and down and study to achieve them? I beg you, since when nobody done that, or that the person that will receive money would actually utilize the money well, or they feel like the money is too much. So are they going to give us change when there's something remaining? You know, those kind of things, right? Is it just a bad habit? I already mentioned bad habits when I talked about selfishness. This attitude in some people. I mean, it's not children, it's adults. Sometimes they are parents. The children of that woman. See now, they look like their mama. They look like their papa. You're giving yourself a bad name. I'm laughing, but this is a serious issue. Sometimes it might be in a compound, in a yard. Let's contribute money and fix the toilet. And somebody will just say, after all, me, I don't used to stay in this compound every day. You people used to see me contribute which money? The one why don't they do since? Where they do them? I know they even enter that on a toilet again. Even when you fix them, they know they clean and wear. And even if you say, okay, let's contribute money and hire someone to be cleaning the toilet, there are still the same people. And you will think that this money that people are supposed to contribute is a lot of money. It could just be, okay, every room should bring to 200 naira. Every flat bring 1,000 naira. There is always that one person who would just refuse to contribute. And so I'm asking, why do you think that some people actually refuse to contribute for a benefit they will also enjoy? Should there be penalties for when people refuse to contribute to a collective effort? Perhaps that's what's going to make them change. This, my second question, is basically asking, how do we change this culture? And so I'm adding, should there be penalties attached to refusal to contribute to a collective effort? Let's talk. 0817-923-0002. 0817-923-0002 or 0817-923-0007. 0817-923-0007. I'm taking messages on WhatsApp, so please send those messages to 0809 030 6416. 0809 030 6416. We're live on Facebook as well. Get on Facebook. Tell your family and your friends and your loved ones. Tell them, hey, tune in. Remember that thing will happen for Nayad. They discuss on for Nigeria Info. Call them. If you call that man name, safe. Please don't call in and call anybody's name, I beg. Oh my goodness me. All right, I would like to hear from you though. Hello, good afternoon. What's your name?
Good afternoon.
Welcome, sir.
My name is Daniel. I'm calling from.
All right, Daniel.
It's just funny that this topic just came already today.
Mm.
Because it's what is happening in my yard right now.
Okay.
Yeah, having this, yes. And we said that the rains are coming. It's a very serious thing. Let's do this thing once and for all. She said that she doesn't have hope, that I should pay for her, that later she will give me. So I don't just know about this whole thing. I don't know the attitude they always bring out when it comes to things that will benefit everybody. Only an answer that I have not stayed in this house for 8 months. Just bad. So I think there should be penalty for such things.
So what kind of penalty then? I mean, the person has paid their rent. They're not owing landlord, and you are not landlord. And if they say, after all, I know they even poo for a year. What are you going to do? So what kind of penalty are you suggesting?
The central point is that they have their toilets. They use it. So I think, to me, this is our own situation. We've already discussed that anybody that refuses to contribute, we block that person from using that toilet.
Yeah, well.
We'll block this. We'll just block your own line. We'll call it number. You will do it. Block it.
Interesting.
That's
Interesting.
Yes.
Okay. Thank you very much, Daniel. Thank you for calling. So he says, it's a coincidence that this thing is costing so that is happening in compound. I knew it. I'm not a prophet. It's not about, there's no Holy Spirit that told me anything. This one is koro. It happens. And that's why I had to talk about streets. I had to talk about drives, closed avenues, and then talked about yards. Because usually this kind of conversation comes up. You would think it's people that live inside yard. You say, all those people, is in those kind of places, you have those kind of issues. You've not met people that they have their own edifice. It's their house. They're not poor. But all of us on this street, we're contributing 2,000 only to fix the security gate, to get a security person. They'll say, I have my dogs. I don't need that. Hello, good news from Eche.
Yeah, Constance. Good afternoon.
Good afternoon. Go on.
Sorry, the program on ground. I don't know. I just tuned down the 92.3. I saw this people are watching live from the Facebook. So I am very, very interested. It's like many times whenever I think to this session, the program on the ground will be something that affects in my life. Yes, having said this, I was once a community youth leader.
Okay.
I know what I passed through. Even within my cabinet, when we bring something that people will benefit from the community, maybe positively, when I bring the template, some of them will agree with me, some of them will also not agree with me. Even the same people that is ruling the community or leading the community with me in my cabinet, they will disagree of endorsing whatever that is positive that I want to bring to the community. Coming to my compound also, where I am staying, do you know that many times when the water finished, when I came to the village, the water finished, we have about 3-4 generators, standard generators. For someone to bring like 1,000 naira or thereabouts, for we to just contribute and buy fuel and fuel the generator and pump water with the problem.
Mm-hmm.
If you need this one will tell you, say, have you met this other person? If you say yes, okay, what is this other person's money? I need to see this other person's money before I contribute. I better go to manpower and I collect water for my use. And many of them is living in flats.
Okay.
Even you that is trying to demand for all these things is not living in flats. You are not using a water system in your kitchen. You are not using a water system as a toilet. Because in fact, this program on ground has touched my mind. It has taken me to my past stories when I was like, my past experience rather than when I was a youth president of Abalulumu community. I know many people hearing my voice now, and they know who is talking. They know what I done positively when I was youth president of that community.
Okay.
Even when 3-4 persons father was shut down on 2nd February 2020, I was the only one that called this session. Even the councillor representing my ward, good people of Okinwe ward at that time, could not do anything. The assembly member could not do anything. The House of Representatives member could not do anything. In fact, concerns we people should keep it all. To educate some people and social responsibility they're supposed to contribute to the quota of the to the survival of their compound, as the case may be. Community, local governments, states, and the country at large.
All right.
Thank you once again. My name remains Operator Good News, calling you from H.
All right, Operator Good News. Thank you so much for calling. He says, you just took me back in time. And I remember when people were stressing me. Good afternoon. My name is Rosalind. This discussion you raised now is happening in my compound. Our chamber was full and we needed to evaluate the fee. The person refused to pay. Although I have reported to I need my... He said, okay, back from Tinelli. Oh my God. Even after I said, don't call anybody's name. Somebody somewhere is not holding back. Rosalind. All right. Thank you very much, Rosalind. But I still want you to tell me, okay, why do you think some people behave like this? There is always that one person. There's always that one person. And sometimes what's annoying is that the person might not necessarily be a poor person. There are people who have genuine reason, they're genuinely not buoyant. They can't contribute at that point in time. I remember we had this kind of issue and I was telling someone, I said, see, this money you people are calling, it's nothing to a lot of us. But to many others, it's a lot of money. Because they will find it really hard to bring out that kind of money because they don't really have it. If they had that kind of money, it will solve very big issues or problems for them. So I understand there are those who genuinely do not have the money. But the one that is to pain is where you have someone that you know the money is 2,000 naira. These people, this man, this woman can afford this money. It's not a lot of money. And they will still refuse to pay. Yet, by the time you bring the security person to stand at that gate, they will still open and close gates for them. The person will still secure them. By the time you fix whatever the issue is, could be electric issues, that's electricity issues, it could be the gutter in the street, they will still benefit from it. But to bring that money, 2,000. How much more when you now need 10K like the young man who called in? 10,000. Some people say, come on, Cuckoo, come on, carry me now. Give you 10,000, that what happened? Have I seen 10,000 and I'm still living in this compound? Hello, good afternoon.
Yeah, good afternoon, CIM. How are you this afternoon?
I'm fine, thank you. Welcome.
Yeah, my name is Charles.
All right, Charles.
Just for clarity's sake, I wouldn't want to mention my location.
Okay, it's all good.
Okay, I happen to be a landlord.
Okay.
And I have tenants in my area. But this my house I'm talking about, the soccer is linked to my family house. And we still have some tenants around. So this problem comes up. Then I was having a grand auntie staying. I used to handle it. But finally, she passed, and there are her children and grandchildren staying. So most times I call them to contribute. Sometimes they do, sometimes they don't. Now, their tenants, most times, always come up with, I don't have money. So the last time this thing happened was about 2 years ago. You know what I did? I just disconnected my own plot, my own house from them, and I made a sock away for myself. And when this lady saw it, she said, landlord, why you do this kind of thing now? I tell her, I say, I no feed the quarrel with her every time. The last time I know how much I spent in piping the toilet. And nobody asked me. You people saw me doing it. You made as you removed your face as if you never saw. So I wouldn't want that issue. Then, now I'm in Port Harcourt. I'm staying in my family house with my sister. We are in an estate. That's why I don't want to call the estate.
All right.
Do you know that they came to meet me that you people are owing security money? I said, no, I'm not sure. My mom used to pay before she passed. They said, the book will show. I told my daughter, yeah, follow them. They brought the book. We have been owing since like 2018 or thereabout.
Oh, wow.
I couldn't believe it. And I only came and started staying with them last year, say, ending of September. And my mom passed the previous year, 2023. Just 2 years ago. So I now asked the security man, how much are we owing? He said, last year, as mommy don't die, they don't put that one. Say, but for this year, we are owing 12,000. And I called her my younger sister. Are you aware that we are owing so much? Don't put your mouth into it. Leave them. That's how they do. Nobody there is paying. In fact, they did not even know why they went to bring that man. I said, no, it's not good. Presently, I am here. I don't have a car. It is you that have a car. And you drive through that gate. The man opens the gate for you. The Bible says any man who works is worthy, a workman is worthy of his wages. You know that she said, leave it when I come, I was sorting that I didn't even talk to her. From my own money, I paid that money. Presently, we had piping issues for pump. The man did not go and meet her, who he knows as a regular person. He called me, sir, we have some issue with the pump. Look at, we are donating 1,000. I gave it to him. The next thing happened, he came to me again. Sir, I didn't want to disturb you, but we have fixed the pump. We look at what we are paying. I paid him. But do you know that my sister will go out and come in late and blow, she blare horn for this man to come up on gate. And you're not paying the man. Is it nice? I think what we should do is, as landlords, because out of every 12, there must be a Judas. If there will be a way where landlords can be collecting, if it is 200 naira every month in terms of sockaway from the tenants, they should do. Then if the year passes and they do not do any sockaway, you can now return back to or keep it for...
Oh, you can keep it for next year.
I think that's my humble suggestion. Thank you.
All right, thank you very much. That was really, really cool listening to him, right? Had to call out his own sister. Ouch. Penalty will be the only reason why some people will end up paying their own part. So many refuse to pay for light because they don't have facilities. It's mostly women that do it. Ezekiel, Isaiah. Prophets. You see you. Okay. Say it's mostly women. How many places have you lived in to know that it's mostly women that do that? But crazy enough, he said that, and the person I just called said it's women. It's a woman, and it's his sister. Oh, it is well. Comrade Nwibakbo Golden on Facebook says, people where they're hungry go fit clean gutters. Oh, Jehovah. Ayana, they should leave it. Zite Barine is quarreling with me, saying, why are you not reading my messages? I just came to look at the messages on Facebook. I will read your message, okay? Erasmus Chinanu Onukwe says, hello, my take is that people like that are social deviants. Deviants. Is that what they call it? Is it deviants? Yes. They're social deviants. Some believe that their money, when contributed, will be used against them. Some others are just not good at relating with people, so they feel everybody on that street will harm them and are evil. Only them are the good ones. Yeah, really, there are some people like that. Yeah. And then Zite says, for me, it depends, because one might be ready to contribute but may not have the resources, or even sometimes not given the enabling environment to. On the other hand, some people may possess all necessities but still opt out, sometimes for personal reasons, greed or fear, as the case may be. All right, thank you very much. So we're discussing becoming a responsible community member. And I'm asking, should there be penalties for those who refuse to contribute to a collective effort? And then why is it that some people refuse to contribute for a benefit they will also enjoy? Why always you? Like, really, why always you? The people who behave like that, if you are one of those people, please do call in and explain to me. Tell us why perhaps in your own case you do not contribute for such things that will benefit you and benefit every other person. Why? Why do you not contribute? 0817-923-0002. Muriel, please call back. Apologies for that. 0817-923-0007. I didn't want to keep you waiting for that long. That's why I had to cut your call. And then for WhatsApp messages, 0809-030-6416. Back to the WhatsApp messages. Constance, my estate consists of over 30 houses. Only about 7 of us. Wow. always contribute to fixing power, security, and environmental issues. Some are more interested in showing off as big men, in quotes. Some of them shamelessly looted our contributions before their exco tenure ended. Anonymous sent us that message. It is well. Refusing to contribute for a collective effort is a mental illness. It's not my handwriting. I'm reading a message. Someone says, such people are mentally derailed. It's also poverty of the mind. Their mindsets need to be changed. For the punishment, they should be banned from making use of the project when concluded. The worst thing is, their actions discourage others from contributing. It's a very bad character, and it's a setback to development. Dave sent us that message. All right, thank you very much, Dave. There are also those people who will now find a way. From the way they refuse to bring the money. They don't make it sound like they are not bringing the money. Just like what Dave is, highlighting here. They don't sound like I'm not bringing. But the way they will present their I'm not bringing will discourage many other people. They'll make you see that, okay, maybe if you're talking about cleaning up the gutters, the person will not say that, it's not rainy season that we're entering now. After you now finish doing this work, in 2 days, the rain will now fall and carry things from the other side and come and block here again. And by the time they are done, 3 more persons will say, okay, now let's leave it there. And they will not contribute anymore. People who are willing to contribute will no longer want to contribute. Hello, Ken, from Port Harcourt. Good afternoon.
Afternoon.
Turn off your radio set, please.
As a man, I don't want to shout too much. I live inside house.
All right, I'm listening.
Good afternoon, how's work?
Fine, oh.
In our yard, whenever we come, go one particular person, everybody will pay. Hello?
I'm listening.
Okay. Everybody will pay. But before she will pay, we will do as if we say, we will beg. Sometimes somebody will volunteer the money and pay. And before they will go with the thing will pay. Now, even last month, the person they go, this month now to pay the remaining one, who will pay 2,500 each person. And he paid 2,000 the front now. The that one, the good one, he never pay the current one, he never complete.
Okay.
Now they are talking about to cut their own cut off. So if we are going to cut off, you don't go call us a bad person. I just want to know.
All right. Thank you very much for sharing.
But hello.
Yeah, I'm listening.
Before I get married, when I never married, the next I'm married, my people call me for home, say I should come and become family chief. My wife say no. So they want to kill me. Say why they not give orders? They are waiting for you since all this while. Why they not give orders? Why they not give? Why they call you until you get married? So just married, don't have reach like 3 or 4 months. They say they want to give me. And my wife said I should not take. And I obey my wife, and I don't take. So, and my cousin brother took it. He stayed like 1 year to 2 years, and he died. So, I said that is my experience. Let me share with people. Thank you.
All right. Thank you very much, Ken. Thank you for sharing. All right. More messages here now on WhatsApp. Anthony says, Constance, good afternoon. There used to be a woman. Why always women? Why are you people like this? Oh my God. Can someone call in and say, there used to be a man? Yeah, but there are actually men like that. All right. Because I've also met them. There used to be a woman in my compound who will always rack and crack brain when it has to do with payment of power supply, 2,000 naira. She will always ask, what did I get for my ass? That nonsense stopped when we introduced and all agreed that anybody who refuses to pay, the person's light will be cut off and the person will pay double, including reconnection fee. Till date. That nonsense stopped. Anthony. All right. So Anthony is basically letting us know that penalties are the way to go. Find a way around it. Hello, Constance. Some of these persons feel they don't need people around them. They are social deviants and feel on top of the world. Though some are genuinely broke, Sha. The Sage from Rukwoku. All right, thank you, The Sage, for your message. Yeah, I already said that. There are people who genuinely do not have the money. Like, they might even actually say, oh, if you had given me more time, if you had, I'll be able to raise the money. But then, those people that are behaving like witches and wizards, like the Igbos will call Obenye and Amosu. How can you be two things at the same time? So, I have chief priests, high priests in the studio with me. Good afternoon, Mr. Andrew.
Good afternoon.
Okay. So, have you met those kind of people who it is time to contribute money? Let's fix something. It's our street, it's our compound, it's for all of us. But they will say no.
Yes, I have met them. I've had them in my former compound.
Okay.
And a whole lot of them have different reasons why they behave the way they behave. One of the reasons. Let me hold the fort for them. One of the reasons why some of them are not too willing to contribute is because most times the decisions are not collective. It's not a decision that was arrived at seeking their consent to it. It's just few persons who sit somewhere and place a fine on everybody and insist that they all must pay. People have to be heard. Mm-hmm. People are going through a whole lot, so they have to be. What is it? What can we do? Things work smoothly that way, but we have situations where community associations, some persons they've captured it as their personal business, where they collect monies, security dues from community. Most times in Port Harcourt, I have gated 1,000, 2,000, 3,000 a month, and just imagine the number of houses, Mercy Land and the rest, those kind of places we have, number of houses where that kind of money is gotten on a monthly basis. These people rarely, I'm not saying Mercy Land though, I'm just using Mercy Land as an example, and the rest, most of these people, they rarely give account of how much has come into their account at the end of the year or the end of the quarter and the rest of them, and how much was expended. So they just collect the money, go about collecting money. So some persons feel uneasy about it, and when you ask questions, they tell you, oh, Amosu, oh, Ezemo, oh, you are a witch. Oh, we need to ask questions. And the idea of people resorting to self-help, it is very wrong. The law frowns at self-help. If I choose not to pay for reasons that are not too clear for me, you lack the right to disconnect my lights. You are not a PhD staff. You are not empowered by law to put me in the dark. If I have paid my PhD dues, my meter doesn't have problem. You don't have the right. Most times things just happen. People believe as if we're in Banana Republic. The landlord just comes and says, lock the gates. And I have issues. I need you to clarify. Tell me why we are 20 in a compound. You want to fix something that the market price is 10,000, and you are asking me to pay 2,000 naira each for 20 times 10,000 times 10,000 or 2,000 times 20. And you are not willing to tell me, okay, if we fix this thing, this balance, what is it for? People, accountability should start from that small place. We don't ask. Once you ask for an account of how monies are spent, community funds, compound funds, you become a bad person. This is just
this is like another aspect, right?
Most times you criticize the woman down there, and times are hard. So if I give you my 2K, urgent 2K to fix it, and most times one of the annoying parts is that those people who are, in quotes, selfless, who take up the task of going from house to house to collect money, they don't give account. Typical example, when I was staying at Rumosi Farm Road, there was a time our transformer had problem, and some person took it upon themselves. They went house to house, taking from as low as 5,000, 3,000, 2,000. I'm being specific. Farm Road, few years back, we had issue with transformer and the rest of them. They went taking money. Each house, they tell you, one room you pay like 2.5. I don't know that amount. They paid. If you have a duplex or this, you pay a certain amount of money. And these persons before I left that place, did not give an account of how much was realized, how much they bought transformer, how much they paid PHED, if they at all they paid PHED, official, unofficial, and that thing went. So that idea.
But how about the different WhatsApp groups that are usually created for these kind of things? Because I'm sure that different
associations, yes,
yeah, for streets,
yes,
they have those kind of
sure,
groups.
They have.
So don't you think that maybe the landlord of maybe a particular house where you live in has the detail, and he's the one who did not share that detail with you, with the people in his compound? So
if there is, and the issue is that if at all something like that happened and he did not share it, that's where it becomes the man it becomes a faulty on his part to not to have shared the information. I feel if we want a better Nigeria, it should start from our homes. It should start from our communities. When you come out, you are a CDC chairman, you are this, you are that. When you realize money, people understand that public funds should not be spent the way you spend your private money. They spend public money at that level. You ask, and when you start asking for questions as regards, oh, you sold stickers, security stickers on the cars. How much did you realize? You become a bad person. You become, and most times when you take a decision as regards things that should be done, they should be representatives. That's like you should speak to either if you are in an association, the landlord should speak.
So that means the landlord should now be held responsible.
Yes.
So if a money is contributed,
they should speak as landlords and trickle it down to tenants and say, okay, we had a meeting where we arrived at this. This is as my tenant. These are the things. Please, let's see how to get this thing. But what these guys do is that
some of them,
yes, some of them, they end up. You see them. They go for enforcement. They shut the gates. On a Monday morning or Tuesday morning,
and people are supposed to go to work.
You can't leave. Yes, they tell you if you don't pay your dues, you can't go out. I am not against people not paying their dues for security, or I'm not against it. But what I'm saying is that, one, if you are collecting public money, you should be ready to give account. If you want me to pay to subscribe to your ideas, my input should be paramount. You can't decide on my behalf and expect me to comply. I will resist it.
Okay, but then there's another thing, right? So we are all seeing that it's called sockaway is like the general word. There's a better word for it. Let's use sockaway. We're all seeing
sewage
that
system, yeah.
Yes, exactly. It is full.
Yeah.
All of us, they perceive them.
Yeah.
You were not around when we had the meeting. And some people or someone has gone to ask for how much it costs and what it would take to get this, done, right? And perhaps the person even went by himself. We didn't even give him transportation fare. He went and came back.
Yeah.
And so he now says this is the amount. And so you are all not around, but then he's gone to meet with the landlord and he says, this is how much it's going to cost. Let's get this done. And then the landlord says, okay, or the caretaker. And the caretaker, and they've done the maths and they're like, okay, so each room is going to pay this amount. And so if the money is realized, then we can get this done. And so you're now waiting for them to come and meet you and now get your consent when we can all see the problem.
Let me say something. There are always an exception to the rule. If the person in a flat of, let's say, 3 or 4, the fourth person wasn't around and all attempts to reach him is abortive, you have a WhatsApp group. You have sent all the proceedings, like, oh, we had
everything
is
there on WhatsApp,
and it's not that. If you have a quorum where you have 3 out of 4, and you made all attempts to reach him, maybe his number was not connecting, maybe he traveled abroad or this one.
Maybe you texted, he has not responded. And he keeps saying, I'll get back. For how long?
In that instance, he should be a responsible person. He needs to pay. He will pay.
Okay.
I'm not against people being irresponsible.
All right,
even
so
if you don't have,
covers it.
Even if you don't have, there are ways to talk to your fellow neighbors. Say, please, Tinubu is happening to me. Forgive me, I will do it. But if you haven't done all I asked, and you become arrogant, you are not willing, then you will be kicked out of the house once your rent expires.
This is February. The person just renewed their rent.
Once your rent,
it's a long time.
you can work out something for you to leave the house and pay you, because no landlord wants a troublesome tenant.
Okay.
For being troublesome unnecessarily, and you don't want to abide by the rules and regulations, you can be eased out within the ambit of the law. Yeah, but what I'm against is when
there's no accountability.
Where some cartels sit down somewhere, go around, feast on people is wrong. We should resist them.
Thank you very much, Mr. Andrew. Someone here, what's in a Merdic from Transamadi, says it's not that someone is opposed to collective financial contributions, but rather that they haven't reached a stable financial position. Personally, I live in an estate that belongs to my aunt, who used to cover all the expenses. However, after she relocated to Canada, I took over the house along with some younger relatives. As a tricycle rider, I struggled to afford 23,000 Naira estate dues. To be honest, I haven't been able to pay for the past 7 years. Despite this, I still benefit from the estate's amenities, including security, waste collection, and environmental cleaning. In my case, it's not about resisting collective contributions, but simply lacking the financial means to do so. All right, Merdic. I already said it. Some people are like that. Genuinely, they don't have the money. They just really can't meet up. The mega lady, una we be women, no, they like to do compound contribution to solve a problem. I beg you, shift one side. Okay. Ogwojone Justice says, if you ever ask for accountability in the church, that day the pastor has marked you for suspension. We're naturally corrupt in this country. You ask your pastor for accountability. What do you mean by accountability? Yeah. People like to do this, but what do you mean by accountability from your pastor? Yeah? Sorry?
Transparency in the house of God.
What does it mean? It's not just one thing. That person is sounding
I think from
weird
this
to
context
me.
now, if you are this is more common in the Orthodox churches. Church funds are spent within the ambit of the church laws.
Okay,
but
we have to go.
But public, all this one-man church, the man can dip his hands into tithe and offering and just goes like that, which is not too good.
Okay, thank you very much, people. Gotta go. We have a program coming up right now, and of course afterwards the news comes up. I'm Constance Irele Mega. Follow us on social media, Nigeria Info 92.3 PH for Facebook and Nigeria Info PH on X.
I'll be here. Okay, so